on 5. Stay home. Stay home, Doe, stay home. Stay home, Doe, stay home, Doe. Chop 5, baseline. Chop.
Man, I just love this clip from Jason Kidd. Just engaged coaching his team defensively. I wish the NBA would show more mic'd up stuff like this rather than the "we gotta stay with it, guys. Come on now. We gotta keep playing." This just really shows how intense this possession is and the engagement, communication between the players and coach that can affect a possession. The Dallas Mavericks won Game 7 on the road against the Phoenix Suns, and they have advanced to the conference finals. Luka had a hell of a game, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jalen Brunson, and it just became a Sunday night massacre. But I was more so impressed with the defensive execution from this team, because in the first 2 games of this series, it was shaky for the Mavericks defensively, and it seemed like the Suns were in the driver's seat. But Jason Kidd and his coaching staff proved that they can make the adjustments and get this team to buy in defensively, something that this team hasn't really seen in a long time on the defensive end. To start the series, it was Reggie Bullock that was the main guy on Chris Paul, but the Mavericks started to shift and put Dorian Finney-Smith on Chris Paul. His size and length, as well as pressuring Paul in the backcourt, along with the ability to switch on to Paul, DeAndre Ayton ball screens comfortably, gave the Mavericks another edge in defending the Suns. Also, the swapping of Josh Green minutes to Frank Ntilikina. Frank, even though question marks with his offense, is still one of the more gifted defenders on the team, and his length and 6'5" height puts added pressure on Chris Paul and Devin Booker when Bullock and Finney-Smith goes to the bench. The defensive rotations were key in this game. They contested a lot of the Suns' shots. They kept the ball in front. The Suns, per cleaning the glass, shot poorly all across the boards in Game 7. 28% from 3, 27% from the mid-range, 47% shooting at the rim. These are just rough numbers, and the Suns couldn't find anything going on offense. One thing that the Mavericks did as they progressed through the games was protecting Luka. And after Game 2, where the Suns hunted Luka and down the stretch, the Mavs basically said, nah, you're not getting that matchup easily anymore. We are either going to hedge or concede the matchup, then we're just going to throw a trap your way, force the ball out, and we can rotate and recover. Here's an example of that. The Suns come in transition, Luka picks up Booker, the Mavs look to send a double immediately. Now, Crowder cuts off of Brunson, and what Brunson is doing is helping the helper. Finney-Smith looks to double, Brunson communicates that, hey, Crowder is cutting. Booker gets rid of the ball, and now Luka can just switch on Crowder. The Suns try to involve Luka on a screen to see if maybe they get that switch again, and they are just not giving it up. And Dorian is inviting Crowder to drive baseline because Luka can just stay home to Crowder, and they have the help defense in Maxey to help on the drive. Time is running down now. The Suns try to involve Luka again, and Chris Paul gets by Luka here, but Kleber can freely help as time is running down, and he blocks his shot. One of the biggest things the Mavs do defensively is switch everything, and they are comfortable conceding a big to switch onto a guard. You'll see the Vis Bertans onto a guard sometimes. That's something that the Suns look to attack more. Dwight Powell, who improved as a defender under Jason Kidd, they will give up the switch, and Maxi Kleber is comfortable getting out there and guarding guards. The Mavs switching has completely eliminated the threat of the Suns' stack pick and roll and the Suns' go-to Chicago action. So here off the Booker screen reject, Powell is involved now, and they force Booker to drive near the corner. They send that double to him. Luka slides over from the corner to cover Ayton. Now, one of the most difficult passes to make is to Bridges in the corner, especially with Booker being doubled here. The ball gets to Ayton, and this is where things get rough for the Suns. Brunson takes away the pass to the corner. Bullock slides down to Crowder, but where is Chris Paul? He's all the way at the half court. So on this closeout, Crowder takes a sidestep 3, and Paul is just nowhere to be found. This could have been an extra pass to Paul, and he could have had a wide open 3, or even if Ayton's man comes up, just slip the ball down to Ayton there. This just made it easy for the Mavs to defend. The Mavs also made it difficult for the Suns to get Booker in ISO. He had a rough game. He ended with 11 points on 3 for 14 shooting, and he never really got in rhythm. He didn't really get clean looks, and everything was just contested. So on this possession, Paul inbounds, Aiden hands it back, and the Mavs switch this, looking to keep a body in front of Paul. Booker looks to post up Bullock, and Bullock is a good defender. But to make Booker's life harder, they send Finney-Smith to help if Booker gets by Bullock. Luka slides over to help the helper, and they want to force this long pass to Crowder in the corner. Booker gets a contest on the pull-up shot, forcing a miss. On this possession here, they have Finney-Smith and Luka show at the elbows to take away any potential drive from Booker. This is great movement from Bridges cutting off ball, because now this engages Dinwiddie to help and frees Chris Paul in the corner, but Spencer gets a strong closeout on this three. Booker faced traps all night and couldn't make good, consistent reads out of it, oftentimes panicking and getting the ball to the closest man. The Mavs look to ice this ball screen, and Brunson on the weak side communicates to Dinwiddie to tag the roller, and he would X out. The Mavs don't want Brunson operating as the low man, having to tag the roller given his size, but see how the Mavs are able to crowd Booker here, taking away a drive, that mid-range shot. And on the kick out, the Mavs are close by, they recover to this and gets a strong closeout. On this ball screen, the Suns want to involve Luka in action. They double Booker. Maxey helps as the low man on Bridges, and once Booker picks up his dribble, Luka looks to recover. Spencer plays in between Crowder and Johnson, and you get a strong contest on this Crowder three. The Suns had their fair share of head scratchers where it was just the Suns' offense not clicking. On this transition play, Booker has to see Bridges ahead of Brunson and Luka. He is too slow in noticing the open Bridges, which allows Brunson to get close by, and they settle for a heavily contested fadeaway. Now, what has impressed me about the Mavs defense is how they defended the Suns' Chicago action. This was a killer play that just generated a bunch of lobs and good looks in the first two games. In game one, the Mavs couldn't defend this, and this was in large part due to the Mavs' inability to tag or bump the roller. On the down screen into a handoff here, the Mavs don't want Booker to turn the corner and get in the lane, so they have Powell hedge and look to recover. It's the job of Luka to give a quick bump to slow down the roller until the big recovers. Here, there is no sort of bump. The big doesn't recover fast enough, leading to Aiden getting an open shot inside. This was a consistent theme in defending this action, but as the games progress, you see much more activity from the Mavs on that front. The Suns go to Chicago in Game 7, get a good tag here from Finney-Smith as he drops and tags Aiden on the roll. Kleber quick show and recover. Crowder sees Finney-Smith hugged onto Aiden, so he attempts to pass to the opposite wing. Long arms of Smith is able to get it and force a turnover. The Suns run Chicago off a sideline inbound, a good bump by Spencer on the roll, and once the ball gets to Crowder, Kleber isn't back yet, so they send the low man over for a few seconds just to take away a potential look for Aiden. Booker looks to take a pull-up, strong contest from Bullock, forcing a miss. The Suns run Chicago again here, and you see the activity. A quick hedge by Kleber. They show the low man early off the roll. Not really the best tag by Brunson, but Kleber is able to recover quickly. The Mavs were comfortable helping off Chris Paul, and they were comfortable doubling Booker because of the little production, the little movement that Chris provided. Whether he was dealing with injuries or he was just tired, his production made the Mavs defend the Suns with much more ease. The play of DeAndre Aiden was kind of underwhelming too. He had some good games here and there, but there was a feeling maybe he could have taken much more advantage of the shots he got. There was so much mid-range operation from him rather than a couple of backdowns and getting deeper position to score. And don't get me wrong, the Mavs had Aiden work for his shots. Maxey held his own on post-ups and gave Aiden some good contests. But nonetheless, the Mavericks defense is the key reason why they are in the position they are right now. The stats back it up. Their play backs it up. They have proved all throughout the season they can get consistent stops. They can execute their defensive schemes at a high level. That'll wrap it up for this video. What are your thoughts on the Mavericks defense and also your thoughts on this Suns-Mavs series? As always, guys, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and I will see you all in the next video.